Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chua, physical therapist. Hey, today we've got a special guest. Our special guest for today is Miss Leslie and Ryan from Comfort Keepers. We'll be talking about helping senior age safely in the home, and we'll be back in a few seconds. Okay. All right, we are back, coming to you live. I'm here at Martin, Tennessee, right now, and our special guest for today is Mr. Ryan. He's the general manager of the Comfort Keepers at Jackson, Tennessee, and of course, we got Miss Leslie Bibb. She's the owner, and we're going to ask them who they are, what do they do, and how can they help our seniors, age safely in the home. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Leslie and Ryan. Miss Leslie, Mr. Ryan, how are you
Hey
guys
there.
doing?
Yeah. Well, what we do and what our mission is to help seniors stay at home and be independent and healthy and happy and active. I mean, everybody wants the last years of their lives to be great and lives lived. And that's kind of our mission. We talk about elevating the human spirit, which really means you don't just maintain your body in your house so you can get up and do it the next day. Every day is a day of life and should be something of learning, of joy, of feeling love, of having socialization, new experiences, all while helping you or helping our seniors with their needs at home, whether that's housekeeping or some people need help with bathing or cooking, sometimes transportation. So we try to meld all of that into a holistic approach to providing care in the home.
Well, let me go back to the introduction first. Miss Leslie, again, could you please tell us what do you do at Comfort Keepers?
Okay, well, that's a good question because our name doesn't tell you that. Um, our basic service is homemaker companion. We help with housekeeping, we help with meals, grocery shopping, meal planning, and sometimes just being a companion because a lot of our seniors are very lonely and our caregivers become a friend. And
Yeah, and we take that a step further. We also help with those activities of daily living. So if that person needs help with bathing, if they need help with toileting, dressing, transfers, getting around, the ambulation, we help with all of that. And we help with that from a standpoint of, if it's just observation, if that person's afraid of falling, or if it's actual hands-on. So we can help with that transfer from that standpoint. And we also help with dementia care. And whatever that may look like, whether it's helping the person with those tasks and then helping them with memory or supporting them in different ways. So there's more to talk about what we do than what we don't do.
You know what? Again, thank you very much, Leslie and Ryan. For those people who are watching live, comment live. Watching on the replay, comment replay, and then there's people who are watching saying hello and everything like that. Hey, David. Well, anyway, so let's go back to you. You mentioned about activities of daily living. So, what kind of activities are these?
So activities of daily living, that's going to be helping with eating. So eating, dressing, bathing, toileting, transfers. So getting up out of a chair, getting into a bed or out of that bed or into a vehicle, out of the vehicle. And then also ambulation. So how a person walks or moves from one space to another. So those are your activities of daily living there.
Mm-hmm. And then uh, let's backtrack a little bit. Ryan, where are you from, and what do you do? Your position and everything at Comfort Keepers.
Yes. So my background, I am a master's level social worker and licensed nursing home administrator, and I've worked in that arena for many years. But for the last year and a half, I've been here with Miss Leslie at Comfort Keepers doing the non-medical home care side of things, and it really takes me back to my social work roots. I love it. So here at Comfort Keepers, I'm the general manager, but also the client care manager because of my love for social work and getting out there and assessing and helping folks. So those are my main tasks here at Comfort Keepers, and Miss Leslie can tell you all about hers.
well, he said he loves it here. We love having him here because he's been a great addition to our staff. And my role, I'm the owner actually. My background, I did have a bachelor's degree in social work, but in 1981 you couldn't get jobs in social work. So I got a degree in engineering, worked in corporate America for 20 years, and determined that I didn't want to do that anymore. So I quit, and the Lord brought this to me. I have a heart for seniors and well, all people, but particularly with seniors. So I started Comfort Keepers in 2020, 2003. Excuse me, that was
so 23 years ago.
Yeah, 23. Do the math.
Wow. Well, again, thank you very much for those people who are watching and everything like that. Um, so t- 2003, I feel like it was just yesterday, but come to think of it, you said 23 years ago, right? I mean, I feel like it was just yesterday, the year 2000, you remember Y2K and everything. So time flies so fast. So what prompted you to start this business, Miss Leslie? Is Comfort Keepers a franchise, or you started
It
from the
is a
ground out and
franchise.
everything?
Yeah, it is a franchise business. It was started by a home health nurse in Dayton, Ohio, who realized when she was visiting the seniors that they had a lot more need than just what the nursing side of things could do. They needed help with, getting laundry out of the basement. We don't have those here, but to one lady told her, said, I haven't had bread in 2 weeks. Could you run to the store? Home health nurses are not allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where Comfort Keepers came from. And I was in a doctor's office one day with a friend, and I just noticed the struggle that a lot of seniors were having to, get out of the car, get in, go park the car, help their wife, and to be listened to. They would go up and talk to the receptionist, and they'd get an answer, and then a closed window that said, just, we'll be with you in a minute. And I knew that I wanted to do something to help seniors, but I didn't know what that was. And then after I left my job in corporate America, I found Comfort Keepers. I said, well, there we go.
Yeah, so it's true. That's, sometimes we just have to find that need in our community and serve that need well, and then, everything will follow through. And then that's what we do too in Jerry Hab. I saw the need that, hey, this client, because in home health, they're very limited in the visits. I don't know if you know that. We get limited number of
Right.
visits with home health. Sometimes we go there once a week, and after a month, we discharge them. And I said, well, how can my patients improve if we're discharging them, after a month or so? Sometimes 3 visits, 4 visits. What can I get out of this? So when I got fired from the house from working at the at the home health, I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna do it on my own. And then lo and behold, in Medicare Part B, outpatient therapy can be provided in the home too. And there's what you call maintenance therapy. I don't know if you know that. For those people who are watching, maintenance therapy is you provide physical therapy for those people who have Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, stroke, elderly seniors, that you don't have to discharge them, provided that it is provided by a skilled service, like physical therapy, and that you're going to keep them to prevent them from getting worse. And that's what we do in Jerry Hab, Miss Leslie and Ryan. We provide the maintenance therapy to prevent the clients. Even up until now, I still have home health companies who would argue with me on that. Even hospice, before, my in my head, our training is that when a patient is in hospice or a client is in hospice, that you cannot provide therapy. That is wrong. A physical therapy Part B provider can still provide therapy services
Right.
for a person who has who are receiving hospice care. It's just that we were so trained that, oh, they're not going to get better, let's just charge them, or they're going to pass away, in X amount of days or
That's
months.
right.
We're going to, we can't. It's not really about restoration. It's about what you said, improving the quality of life. And that's where Comfort Keeper comes in. They're helping you improve your quality of life at the home. So, Mr. Ryan, so does Comfort Keeper accept insurance? How does the payment scheme work there?
So there are a few insurances that we do work with. We will accept the long-term care insurance policies that pay for assisted living or skilled nursing facility or long-term care. But we will accept those. and they will pay for that in lieu of being in an assisted living. So our services in the home. Not a lot of people have those anymore, but if that's something the person has, they definitely want to try to utilize that. And then we do have VA contracts. So if the person is contracted for a home health care aid, for homemaker services through the VA, then we can be the provider for that in this area. And then we're also a provider for Medicare Guide, which is a new program through Medicare. Where people that have traditional Medicare and a diagnosis of dementia, they can receive some free respite hours each year. And so we're a provider for that respite care. So those are the primary insurances we take here at Comfort Keepers.
Wow. So that's good that you got approved for the guide. I've been applying for that. I just can't get in. So that's good. Maybe you got a big partnership with because you got a big franchise company for small clinics like us. It's so hard to get it approved. Well, anyway, so you got long-term care insurance, VAs. How about the cash pay? Do you accept cash pay? Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
There are not many that want to pay that way, but we do. I mean, we don't exclude anybody for that reason, obviously.
So for younger people like us, Miss Leslie, do you recommend us, I'm saying younger, right? Like us. So everybody's young, right? Do we have to start getting our long-term care insurance as early as now? What do you recommend?
There, like you said, there's not a lot of long-term care policies now. They have a, what do they call it? A life insurance, where you pay for the life insurance, but then if you need that for home care or whatever prior to your death, you have a benefit there. If you don't use it, it's like any other life insurance. But I do think that's a good policy. But the key thing, and I would want to tell everybody, particularly those people like me who are still young, is make plans. Figure out how you're going to do this, because Medicare, they say is not going to last a whole lot longer. And it covers your medical, but it doesn't pay for in-home care. It doesn't pay for transportation to the doctors. It doesn't pay for, much other than the medical. And so that, you got to make plans. And Social Security, they say in 2030 that it's going to be flush, and everything that can go out is something that's coming in. So we need to make financial plans for that, and make our wishes known to our children or our families, so that when the time comes that we need help, they know how we would like to have it administered to us.
That's true. That's true. Planning is very important. We have patients who don't even have a POA in place. There's a lot of things that you need to consider, especially when you think about getting home care services like Comfort Keepers or worse, nursing home, and to the point that even their house are being taken from them. So it's very important you plan. Planning is the key. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, something like that. Again, where can they find you? Do you have a website that you can share, Ryan, and then a telephone number and email?
Yes. So our phone number here at the office, 731-664-7664. My email is rmyracle, so RMYRACLE @ckjtn.com.
All
And then
right.
we have our website, which is www.comfortkeepers.com. And you can see all the different locations that Comfort Keepers has offices, because you may have friends that, have parents out of town, or, you want to find Comfort Keepers wherever, that's the way to do it. And you can also find our office and our website.
Speaking of location, where can they find you? Are you in the service area that you have right now?
We have an office off of North Parkway, kind of almost at the corner of the bypass near Red Hook Restaurant. Of course, clients don't come to us much. We go to them, but we do have a few that come by and visit, or come in, just to talk to us and find out what we do.
And so, I'm sorry, Dr. Mike.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that our service area, is Jackson, but it broadens much further. We go all the way down to Hardin County, McNairy County. We're in Haywood County, Decatur, Henderson, Chester. Who else am I missing, Leslie?
Did you name Gibson?
Gibson County, yes, Carroll County. So we have a really big footprint.
And, if we get a call from somebody not in that area, we will look to see what we could do to help them, even temporarily until we can, get a staff in that area. So we really want to help anybody that's needing help, or help them find the help from somebody else if we can't help them.
So truthful. Thank you very much. For those people who are watching, this is in Tennessee. So their main office is in Jackson, Tennessee, and of course they're all nationally they have national locations for Comfort Keepers. Any last parting wisdom, Miss Leslee and Mr. Ryan, on for our caregivers out there who needs help with their loved ones?
The biggest thing I would say is don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out to us. Our care consultations are free of charge. We'll come to your home and do that. We'll help you figure out a schedule, what works for your needs that you have. And it's better to do that early than when you're in crisis, because it makes it so much harder when you're in crisis for you and for us as well. And so, start early. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. Let us know what you need, because if we don't know the answer here, we'll be glad to find somebody that does know that and can help you at your point of need. So that would be my advice, is to don't be afraid to reach out and don't wait.
And I would add on to that I lost my train of thought there for just a second, but we were talking about the, reaching out. We don't tie you into anything. We can come and do one visit every other week. We can, up to 24/7 care. And we love to talk to people and just help them, even if they don't come and use our services. I mean, some of my happiest moments are talking to caregivers who are feeling the brunt of their work caring for someone, and just to hear them say, I didn't know that makes sense, or I'm glad you understand. So I would say, even if you think you don't need help, reach out and just talk to other people who know about caregiving, because no one can do it by themselves, not forever.
That's so true. It's so true. Again, thank you very much, Miss Leslie and Ryan. Appreciate you. And again, for those people who are watching live, comment live, watching on the replay, comment replay. What's up, Ralph? Appreciate you. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word FAST, F-A-S-T, letter F. Find people that will bring out the best in you, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Today, hang out with Miss Leslie and Ryan. I feel like I want to refer to some of our patients, right? We got plenty of patients that needs respite care. And next letter is letter A, take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not going to do, Ryan and Leslie good if you don't take action. Take action. Go to their website, comfortkeepers.com. Call them, talk to them. Hey, what are the resources that I can have and get, with my current situation, and they'll find the solution for it, right? That's a good company there. Next letter is letter S, share and subscribe. The more shares, the better. Share their website, share their Facebook page or whatever. So just keep sharing that, right? And last but not least is letter T, is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, letter T is you're actually understanding it more. And the more you teach it, the more you understand it. Again, thank you very much. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. And we'll see you in the next episode of our Jerry Hab Show. Bye-bye.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care.